Like, I want to see women getting over their traumas and not become like the person who hurt them. You gotta work through your shit and you gotta own your shit, and that's how you heal yourself. Hey lovelies, welcome to another vlog. Today I am headed to the grocery store to get some ingredients for my, I guess you could call it a vegan veggie burrito. I'm actually gonna go to what I call the hood store. The hood store is where you can find a lot of in-season fruits and vegetables. So if you got a hood store, don't sleep on your hood store. I'm trying to tell you, they be having some hidden gems, some things in there that you haven't seen in years, like muscadines. I haven't seen a muscadine since I was a child. Like, I'd never see them in the grocery store at all. Even when I would go to Whole Foods, I never saw muscadines. Muscadines is something like, I'm from the South, okay? So muscadines is something that would grow like on the vines and stuff around our house. And I remember my grandma would pick them, my aunt would pick them, and they would make like jellies and stuff out of them. But I would try to eat them, and every time I would eat, I couldn't stand muscadines because it always used to burn like the inside of my mouth, just like, you know, just like pineapples do not burn but make it itch, somewhat like how pineapples do. So I never used to like them. But then I started thinking, I'm like, okay, well, all this GMO vegetables and fruit, muscadines has to be like one of the organic fruits still left, because you could, you know, they grow wild. So when I saw them in the grocery store, I was like, let me just go ahead and pick them up. You know, it's been years since I've had some. And I bought some, and sure enough, like, it did not make the inside of my mouth itch. They were pretty good, and you can actually make wine out of it. And it's like it's full of antioxidants, y'all. Like, research muscadines. It's full of antioxidants. And if you don't have no muscadines where you live, let me know. I'll ship some to you, okay? So yeah, I'm about to head to the and then my man, he's cooking Sunday dinner. He's a country boy, so he likes you know, southern food, okay, especially on a Sunday. So he wants some cabbage with some smoked turkey necks and some turkey wings. That's what he's making today. So I'm gonna go pick that up too while I'm out. So I'm gonna go to the hood store first, and then I'm going to if they don't have what I need here, then of course I'm gonna just have to go by Publix. But like, sometimes though, like, the meat isn't the freshest, or sometimes even the fruits and vegetables aren't the freshest. But that's because I think a lot of their produce comes from local farms, because they have a lot of local companies that have their products in this store. So it's not like, you know, the big corporation stores like you know, Publix and Aldi and things like that. Like, because them corporations be corrupt, okay? They be selling us stuff that they call organic is not organic, all kind of BS. So I appreciate local stores. I appreciate them. So yeah, that's what I'm headed. I'm still rocking this wig. I did a wig review on this wig, so check that out. It's a $25 wig, and at first, you know, I was really dogging this wig out. I really was. But now that I keep wearing it, and the more frizzier that it's getting, it actually it's starting to look a lot better. The frizzier that it's getting, honestly, I kind of like this look. So my bad, but I mean, that was initially my honest review of the wig. It really don't look that synthetic now. Now that I've been wearing it, and it's getting a little raggedy, it kind of look better, in my opinion. But all right. hate when baskets be stuck together. Like, hold on. Yeah, I had to struggle to get this basket out. Poor child. Alright, so this is the produce. So like, see, they have the kimchi. Doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna get me some mushrooms. I'm gonna get some portobello. The baby portobello mushrooms. This is stuff, a lot of this stuff comes from local farms. All the seasonal squash. All of it. So yes, y'all. Fresh jalapenos. I might grab some jalapenos. Those are habanero peppers, banana peppers. Yes. I think I'm gonna grab some of these fresh jalapenos and add to the wrap. See, like the cabbage is already like withered, so the cabbage does not look good. I may have to go to another store to pick up some cabbage, because this cabbage doesn't look good at all. So this is their meat section. They have like a butcher, and a lot of this stuff was born and raised in the US. I don't think it's like free range or anything like that though, but it is products of the United States. So yeah, they have these Cajun smoked turkey wings that you can't find anywhere for real. So I definitely got a pack of these. Now I'm looking for the regular turkey wings. Look, I don't eat these, but this is just an example of like old school snacks that they be having, like fat back skins, like stuff like this. Of course it's very unhealthy, but it's just an example of the stuff that they be having at the store that you will find nowhere else. See, a lot of these are just like local farms that sell the ice cream. Just, yeah, local stuff. Cajun peanuts. Never had them before. They look good. Or maybe I'm just hungry. And like this, what is this? I've never seen this before. Pickle juice shots, stop muscle cramps. Right, so I got what I needed. There's this lady next to me, and she pulling out a cigarette, and she offering the baby a cigarette. She just joking, but still, like, you don't play like that. That's unhealthy habits. Like, why you doing that? Like, I would record her, but they looking right at me. But I'm like, I mean, she just smoking this, and then she lit the cigarette up right in the baby face. Like, the mama in the car, the baby hanging out the window, and she's standing on the side with a cigarette, smoking a cigarette, blowing it right up in the baby face, and then ask the baby, do they want to hit the cigarette? The baby probably look like she about 2. Everything I got though came up to like $24, which is not bad at all. I got 2 packs of turkey wings. I got my mushrooms. I got the Cajun smoked turkey necks. I got some jalapenos. I got some mushrooms, And I did get the peanuts. And I'm gonna try it. And get, well, I mean, $24. Not bad though. It's not bad. If that would have been Publix, it would have that would have been like $80. I still need some Pico. And then I gotta get some lunches for my boys to take to school. I'm gonna just go ahead and head to Publix now, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and head to Publix now and get the rest of what I need. Now I will say Publix baskets are easy to take out, okay? No struggling with their baskets. So pretty. I'm just recording. I'm a vlogger, so I'm not recording you. Alright, so I got everything that I needed except for my baby cookies. I left them. I told him I was gonna bring him back some cookies and forgot, because while I was in Publix recording the produce for y'all, just to show y'all how fresh it is, fake fresh, because I think that they spray a lot of that stuff with chemicals and waxes and stuff to keep it looking fresh. But anyway, I was just recording, and then the girl in the produce section looked at me, and I was just so happy and nice, and she had this disgusted look on her face, and I said, I'm not recording you. So as I'm walking around the produce section recording, she comes up and taps me on my shoulder and says, you're gonna have to turn that camera off. You can't record in here. So I know that you can record in public. It's free to do that, freedom of press, but not on private property. And Publix would be private property. So I turned the camera off. But do you know, I went up to a manager, and I told them about how, because she said it very, like, she was rude, like her whole demeanor was rude. So I told her ass, and as I was checking out, they was like, produce, whatever her name was in produce, manager call on line 1. So hopefully he got her ass together. People just are so weird. Being a vlogger, walking around with a camera in public, especially when you live in a small town, people are weird. Like, they just weird. They're weird. They're just so behind, especially here. They're just so behind. Like, I'm probably the only vlogger in this town, so they've never seen that before. So I'm sure she was freaked out by the fact that I was walking around with a camera. But still, you could have just did like everybody else and smiled and shut the fuck up. But you want to complain? You want to say something to me? Okay, all right. So I hope they talked to her about how rude she was. I know it's against the law to record on private property, but usually grocery stores don't care. How many vloggers you see go in grocery stores and vlogging? Like, nobody says anything to them. In fact, the stores be happy that you're promoting the store. They want you to do that. So for you to do some bullshit like that, you was on some bullshit. She was on some bullshit. Crazy. That lady tried to ruin my vlogging experience. Not today, devil. Not today. Demon. Not today, demon. Not today. So instead of making my wrap, I decided to just juice for dinner. So the juice that I'll be preparing tonight is a juice recipe that I got from a book. The book is called Secrets of Staying Young, and they have this book on Amazon, so I'll make sure that I leave the link in the description box. But it's a really good book that has some really good recipes, so that you can come back aging. They have recipes for like your nails and even your skin. It's a really awesome book. So this recipe is called the Live Young Juice Recipe, and you need kale, broccoli, carrots, apples, and you just put it all through the juicer like I'm doing here, and that's it. Okay, so Kyrie's gonna try my juice. Thumbs up if you like it. Tell them if you like it. Okay.
I like it.
Good. All right, let me try it.
Make a video.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is good. It's not bad.
Look, let me taste it.
Okay. It really is good. I'm saying it's like I haven't been drinking it, but sometimes it comes out kind of bitter, but this time it came out sweet. It's the next day and I'm finally making my Mexican style veggie wraps. So I am just sauteing some mushrooms and jalapenos and some olive oil. I wish I had a red onion to add, but that's okay. I'll buy some and just add to it next time. But yeah, so I'm just sauteing this up really good, and I am using these avocado wraps. I know it's upside down, y'all, but this is called bee-free avocado wraps, and I picked these up from Publix, and it's GMO free, soy free. Yeah, so this is the wrap that I will be using, and I didn't get pico, but I just got some tomatoes, and I got this guacamole. This is called avocado mash, and the ingredients was just avocados and sea salt and black pepper. As you can see, no other added ingredients, and I have my black beans here. So I'm done sauteing my veggies, and I'm just going to put everything on the wrap. So I'm gonna start, of course, my black beans and then my veggies, and now just topping it with some tomatoes. Amazing. So I'm not sure how many calories this is, but I don't think it's very many calories at all, and it's very, very healthy. Like, black beans are a really good source of fiber. So now I'm gonna top it with my avocado mash. As you can see, I love guacamole, so this is just gonna make it taste so delicious. I wish I had some salsa to add to the top, but that's also something that I'm gonna pick up from the grocery store tomorrow and just add it next time. But here it is, all done. So I'm just going to close the wrap up. As you can see, and that's it, y'all. Super easy. It took me like less than 10 minutes to do this, and here they are, Mexican style veggie wraps. Yum, yum, yum. Headed to the gym. I'm about to get my workout on. I didn't go all last week, so I decided I can't miss another week. I really got to get serious with working out. I just got to do it. So I watched this girl on Instagram. I can't think of her Instagram name. Is her and her husband, and they both lost weight together. She's my age. I can't think of her Instagram name because I just found her. But she's like she does fitness now. They're like I think they may be a black couple or a Latino couple. I'm not sure. But I remember seeing the video of them, her and her boyfriend or her husband go viral. And they both lost like a lot of weight. Like, her husband, he lost a lot of weight, and now he got like muscles and everything. And she's like my age. I think she is my age. And I love watching women my age who get in shape, you know, who work out, because it just keeps me motivated. So I watched her and I was like, oh, she looks so good. Like, she's transformed herself. So I was like, yeah, I really got to get to it. And then I have another friend. She looks good too. She started working out, and she looks real good, real good. Okay, very, very motivating. So I was like, you know what, I need to get my butt in the gym. I'm gonna stay in the gym. I'm paying for a trainer, so I need to just really be consistent, like stay consistent. And I think that's gonna actually help with my cellulite too. Let me let some of the sun hit my face so y'all can see me. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna go get me a Greek salad today. That is what I'll eat today, just a Greek salad. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna get no Greek salad. Why? Because I have food at home. I still have no avocado wraps, which was good. I just need to get a red onion to put with a purple. I need to get a purple onion. I love purple onions. I need to incorporate a purple onion into that, and it'll be really good. I put too many jalapenos in it yesterday. It was good. It was spicy, but it was too spicy because I put too many jalapenos. I love jalapenos, but not that spicy. So I need to redo that and do some jalapenos. And do some onions. My battery's about to die, y'all. This cupping set from a company called Eambond, and they sent me this cupping set to try for my honest review. So that's what I'm doing now. So if you didn't know, cupping therapy is an ancient Chinese and Egyptian method of massage, and it is the best deep tissue massage available. The cupping technique is very useful and very safe, and it can be easily done and incorporated into your family health practices, okay? So I received this cupping therapy set, and it includes 18 cupping cups plus 1 removable magnetic massage points plus 1 extension tube and this hand pump that you see right here. Pressure of cupping really helps to loosen muscles, encourage blood flow, and sedate the nervous system. Cupping therapy sets are used to relieve back pain, neck and leg pains, stiff muscles. It also relieves anxiety, fatigue, migraine, and cellulite. So what I'll be using it for today is for cellulite. Now, after getting BBL surgery, one of the things that you definitely have to stay on top of is massages. If you don't, you'll be left with lots of cellulite. Now, even though I did get my recommended massages after surgery, I still ended up with this unsightly cellulite on my thighs and my buttocks. So I am hoping that if I consistently use this cupping set, that it will improve my cellulite. And so y'all know that I'm going to let you know if it works or not. So the first thing you want to do is massage yourself before actually applying the cupping. You actually want to take a shower first. I'm using some Almond All 100% moisturizing oil. Now I'm going to take this hand pump and I am attaching the cup to it. It's really simple, really easy. And now I am just applying it to my cellulite problem areas, and I am pumping, and I am just going in a circular motion, leaving it on for about 2 seconds, releasing and just going around in a circular motion. And I'm going to do this for about 15 minutes on both sides of my thighs. So the almond oil just helps it to slide and glide as it should. Now these circles, don't be alarmed, they go away. They fade. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this consistently, guys, and I may dedicate a whole video to cupping and show you all my results. So fingers crossed this works for me. Hey y'all, this company sent me this bronzer. It's like, yeah, it's a sheer bronzer. The company name is Merit, and they sent me this bronzer to try. So I'm going to do like a natural makeup look using this bronzer, the color Quince. I'm just gonna do a natural look because that's the only type of look that I do. That's the only type of makeup look that I like. It's a makeup look, and this is their bronze balm, and it's the name of the company, like I said, is Merit. And if you're interested, I'll make sure that I leave the link to this bronzer in the description. You pick it up, and I do get a commission if you purchase the bronzer. So yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start with my brows. And while I do that, I'm just gonna have a little talk. We're just gonna have a little chit chat. Okay, we'll talk about some things that I've been wanting to get off my chest. Specifically when it comes to the Level Up community. If you don't know what the Level Up community is, then you may not understand what I'm talking about. But I'll explain to you like everything, what it is, and how I got involved in it. A lot of you who are watching my video, y'all probably are from the Level Up community, because I believe some of you subscribe because of a lady named Shira, who is like one of the leaders in the Level Up community. So I hope you don't take offense to this video. I hope you just listen with an open mind and just hear me out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start with my brows. And I actually don't do anything special to my brows. I do need a new brow kit. I used to use the Anastasia brows, the powder, but I'm just using this Too Faced palette right here, the white peach palette, and I'm just using just this brown color in here. So it's just this brown color for my brows. So and I'm just taking this and brushing them out. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about the Level Up community, guys. So like I said, the Level Up community is basically a community that was started by a YouTuber named Ashira, Star Goddess. She has a channel called Shira7, and she gives a lot of women advice when it comes to dating. Basically how to date a rich man, techniques and strategies on dating a rich man, possibly marrying a rich man, but the focus is on like rich men, right? When I first got into when I first found out about Shira, I'm not gonna lie, like I was really in a not so good place, okay? I was in a not so good place in my life when it came to relationships. Let me try to fix this camera a little bit. I was pretty much feeling a little like helpless and hopeless, okay? And I came across her channel, and she was giving all of this great advice about, you know, how women should put themselves first and how they should level up basically like their looks, and you know, basically like have high standards when it comes to dating men. Like, you know, don't accept the bare minimum and all of those things, which to me is nothing wrong with that at all, okay? I feel like that's something I wish I would have known at a younger age, I would have avoided a lot of heartbreak. You know, there was a lot of things that I could have avoided if I would have had that advice at an earlier age. That part is good. Like leveling up, having high standards, setting boundaries with men, not accepting the bare minimum, you know, because when a woman has like low self-esteem or low self-worth, she tends to accept the bare minimum from men. That's usually how it goes. I knew not to accept the bare minimum, all right, after watching her. She like affirming a lot of things that I always felt, but I didn't necessarily practice because, again, I didn't really feel too highly of myself, especially after, you know, going through a divorce and all of that. Her kind of was like a breath of fresh air, and I was like, okay, I'm going to follow these rules that she was giving out, because basically they were like these rules. So basically, you know, and those of you who are familiar, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, you have to wear like your hair a certain way. Like this wig that I have right now would be totally unacceptable in the level up community, because we're taught to wear like dark hair, and you know, just like there's a certain look that high value men look for, and that was really the focus of her channel, is basically trying to get like a high value man, or a man that makes like 6 figures or more, you know, that likes to spend that will spend money on you. Got to like the nitty gritty of it, you start to realize that it was a lot of mean girls in that community. Okay, a lot of mean girls. And when I say like mean girls, I mean like, if you had a different point of view from like the women, because Sheer had a group, right? So she still has this group. It's a level up group. So I'm just gonna do some color. Well, first let me moisturize my face and prime. Let me do that first. First Aid Beauty moisturizer. Okay, so like, yeah, so she created a group, and when I got in the group, it was like mean girls. So like, if you said something that did not go with like the group, what the group thought was correct or whatever, like if you had tried to have your own opinion about anything, like the girls in the group would like really drag you. Y'all, I've been eating muscadines, and like the side of my mouth right here is tore up. Like, I don't know why muscadines and pineapples burn the side of your mouth like that, but that's what that is. If you see, that's what this is. But anyway, so yeah, it was a lot of mean girls in the community, and if you had your own thoughts or anything like that, then that didn't align with like the group, or like the group think, or what the group thought, you were getting dragged, period. You were called a pick-me. You know, basically they talked to you like you were crazy. Like, you had to have some like, you couldn't think outside the group, because if not, you were gonna get called out on like this, on the posts and stuff. So this is just some Anastasia tinted brow gel. I forgot about this. I'm just gonna use this to set my brows. So yeah, you were getting dragged, period. You were getting dragged, because like, I remember like Cheryl will always talk about to go for the fat and ugly guys. Go for the fat, old and ugly. That was the recipe, fat, old and ugly. And I was like, these old men, they have like the worst attitude, the biggest ego, and you can't run game on them, because like Cheryl gave you a lot of game, like how to run game on men, basically, to get them to spend money. And you tried some of them techniques on them old men, and they automatically knew like you was trying to run game. So, you know, they wasn't with it, as they shouldn't, because why, you know what I'm saying? Like, men aren't dumb. They know when women is trying to like use them for their money. Like, they not dumb. But yeah, so I was like, you know, why do we have to go for like the old and fat and ugly? Like, why can't it just be like whoever like we attract and we get along with? Like, I was asking these questions, like, why it just can't be somebody who, you know, why can't we just be ourselves and just connect with who we connect with, you know? And then basically, I got dragged for that. Like, you know, I got told I was gonna get kicked out of the group for asking questions like that. So it gave me a lot of cultish vibes, right? It started getting to the point where I started to realize that the information that was getting shared in the groups, like, although, ooh, dang, I didn't mean to do that. Although the techniques, if it's a guy that doesn't know any better and you look good enough, and you know, you probably could like use that information to snag him, but it was just always so superficial. Like, the information and it was always just based off of just egotistical stuff, like how good you look, which, like I said, like, you know, if you are trying to attract a man and you do have to look, you know, I mean, I agree with that. Like, you do have to present yourself a certain way, right? You can't just be out here looking any kind of way, you know, don't have your stuff together as far as your looks. Because like I said, it was based on your looks, but like, you have to have more than just looks. Like, I understand looks, but you still have to have more than just looks. But, you know, it was always like, you know, women don't bring anything to the table. They shouldn't bring anything to the table. All they need to do is just look good and show up. And as long as he is a guy that has low self-esteem, you know, they're going to like spend their money on you. That's basically how the information was given out, okay? That's basically was the advice. So the thing that's wrong with that, though, and I started to realize this, I'm gonna use this Lancome tint doll. What color is this? Oh, this is Bisque W 425. Okay. So the problem with that is that, for one, these men know when you're running game on them, okay? That's rule number one. These men aren't stupid. These games of trying to be like a damsel in distress, you know, first of all, not a lot of men are, especially depending on your age, women who are in their later 20s, 30s, 40s and up, this information, like this advice, can be very toxic, okay? And a lot of times it don't work, all right? Which is probably why the younger women probably had more success than the older women. All right, so the thing about it, yeah, so these men, like, when you play the damsel in distress, if you a certain age, these men want to know, like, why the fuck you don't have no savings? Why, you know, you are having these issues and, you know, you always calling on me? Like, nothing's wrong with, like, helping you out once or twice, but like, dang, like every time you're in a situation, you gotta call me. And it doesn't matter if they have it or not, because, you know, like women, like I've asked some questions too, and women was like, well, just if he broke, you know, he broke. But no, there are men out there that are really smart with their money, and they just don't want to give it away to like a woman, especially a woman that they don't even know. Like, and I don't even want a man to do that. Men invented the game, so how you gonna play it? Okay, but anyway, you know, unless they just like a simp type of guy, which I'm not attracted to whatsoever. So yeah, so that was the thing. Like, it was like more so like, just get what you can get. play damsel in distress, you know, lie, scam. Okay, that was basically the premise of what I learned in the group, and it just did not align with me spiritually. You know, I'ma just be honest. Like, you know, we're always told like F love, you know, love don't pay the bills. Why are you talking about love? You know, take your heart out of it. These men don't love you like you love them. It was just a lot of toxic advice. Now, I do know, and I'm not gonna sit up here and play like naive and be like, love pays the bills, because it don't. Okay, this is the NYX Born to Glow. I'm just gonna use this as an under eye concealer. I usually use Tarte Shape Tape, but I'm not doing like a full face. I'm just doing a natural face, just natural everyday face. So I'm just using something lighter to conceal under my eyes. So this is the Born to Glow by NYX. All right, so yeah. So I know that love doesn't pay the bills, okay? I do know, because, you know, my last marriage that I was in, I had a husband that wanted to go 50-50 with me. Sometimes you may have someone that, you know, y'all help each other until y'all get into a certain point, and then the man takes over the responsibility and the bulk of the bills. I knew it would never be like that with my ex-husband. It was always like, that's just what he believed in. But he was raised by a single mom who did it all. So that was pretty much, you know, why he had that belief. But I always wanted more for myself, and I always felt like the man is supposed to be the provider and the protector, you know, and the woman is supposed to be the nurturer. So I didn't feel right being in a role where I had to pay 50-50. And also I felt like he wasn't really trying to elevate much in life. He was pretty much happy with where we were, and I wasn't. I wanted us to grow and he didn't. So, you know, we grew apart. Okay, so I do know that love doesn't pay the bills. However, do you know how miserable it would be to be with someone who you know what I'm saying, you had no love for? Like, at least, you know, if you don't love him right away, at least it's someone who you can like tolerate. It was like a lot of these women were just getting with, a lot of these women in the community were getting with these men who they weren't attracted to like at all, who they didn't even really like being in their presence, but they were with them because of the money. And to me, that's miserable. I don't ever want to be in a situation like that, ever. And I also don't believe that as a woman that you should just come into a relationship demanding shit, okay? Just because you are a woman, all right? Just because you are a woman, you know, like, I don't subscribe to that notion of just show up and be pretty, just and look good. Especially, like I said, if you were young, pretty, you can do that. Young, beautiful, you fit the description, you had a better chance. But when you're older and you have like kids, you've been divorced and stuff like that, a man with means, like a man with money, you know, they're gonna look at you like you crazy if you come into a relationship demanding and acting like you entitled. They just are. That's just how it goes. Like, you do have to bring something to the table. Now, I'm not talking about financially, because a real man who is a provider, he's not gonna be looking for you to bring anything financially to the table, but he is going to be looking for someone who, you know, can at least be encouraging, someone who can at least like be there for him, you know, cooking his meals, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And then like in that community, they were basically saying, you know, you don't cook, don't clean, it's basically the same shit that you hear in these rap songs, like with Cardi B, who has a husband, who's talking about, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got a ring, I'll show you how to get, you know what I'm saying, whatever she said. That's a fucking fantasy, and a lot of women are going to be set up if they believe that shit. If you go in acting entitled and thinking that all you gotta do is just show up and look pretty, and men are gonna just you know, spend their money on you. First of all, it's not enough rich men out there for everybody. And it seemed like all these women had, like, they all wanted the same type of men. Like, they all wanted the same type of men. And I'm like, we all want the same type of man. Like, that's a lot of competition. That's a lot of competition. This is my Laura Mercier translucent powder that I'm going to bake with. That's a lot of competition. Like, everybody wants the same type of man. Everybody don't qualify for the same type of man. Again, I'm not telling like women to settle, because I didn't settle. I currently am in a relationship right now, a full committed relationship with a provider. He takes care of me. I stay at home. Okay, I don't have to work. I can do things like make YouTube videos and take care of my kids, and you know, and I do have time to like study, you know, and I don't mind cooking for him. I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it whatsoever. I'm encouraging, and you know, we can depend on each other in different ways. Like, I'm not selfish whatsoever. And I feel like with this community, it was promoting like this selfishness, and that type of stuff can really close your heart space down. And I feel like that's not what we should be doing, you know. And well, I'm gonna speak for myself, okay? That's not something that I want to do. Okay, my whole point of being here on this planet is to ascend, okay? Ascension, all right? I'm not talking about floating in the sky anywhere. I'm talking about elevating, getting better, working on myself. And if I'm walking around here being selfish and only thinking about myself, that's pushing me in the opposite direction. And so what I found, like, a lot of women in those communities, they hated men. Can you think? It seemed like it was actually some type of underlying feminism that was going on. Even though they wanted men to take care of them, it was some underlying feminist or undercover feminists in them groups. Like, a lot of the women low-key, hated men, y'all. Like, and then they started like subgroups outside of Sheer Group, and they would be spreading all of this toxic information. Just like, you know, I know that there are men groups that do that too, like those Red Pill and all those misogynistic groups or whatever. I know that they have those types of groups and stuff, but these women were no better than those men. And those, like, just like how those men talk about, you know, women, and talk about how they hit the wall and all of that stuff, which I've never watched those channels, but I always hear like women in the community always complaining about those channels and those men. But to complain about them and then go do the same thing that they're doing makes you no different whatsoever. So yeah, that's how I see it. So really, even though they weren't screaming independent, they still had an underlying like hate for men. Like, it started to become very toxic. Now, I'm not talking about Sheer groups now. I'm talking about these other groups that came out of Sheer's group, okay? These like subgroups. Like, they hated men. Like, they would always talk about how toxic men are. scam them. They don't, it doesn't matter about nothing but what you can get out of them. They don't love, they can't love, they're selfish, so you need to be just like them. So how toxic is that, right? I'm a firm believer of you attract who you are. All right, you attract many people to you, but who you entertain is the same type of people that's on your vibration. So if you got this mindset that all men are just crap, all men are dogs, just use them, get what you want because they're gonna do the same to you, what you think you're gonna end up with? Okay, all right, it's gonna just be a bunch of superficial mess. You're still not gonna be happy, and I don't care what you say. People who say money, money will buy you happiness. It buys you temporary happiness. And when people say that, to me, I think that they're broke and they never had no money. Because people who are rich, they will definitely tell you that it's more to life than just a bag. Maybe that information could work, but still, a lot of it was still toxic. A lot of it was still toxic. And if you're going into a relationship just demanding shit, feeling entitled, it's not good. And there are women too, and it also can be a little dangerous too, because there were situations where like these leaders, and it came very cult-like too, like kind of very cultish, but there were women too that started other communities or whatever, YouTube channels, and they would be giving these women advice how to scam men, or leave your current situation. Like if you are with a man and he's not paying all of your bills, to just up and leave him. And there were situations where women were being killed, okay? Sugar babies, like they were being killed by these men because they would use them for their money, and their men will find out. Or these women were in relationships with these toxic men, and and then they would play games with them and stuff. Like it started to become like really toxic. I'm gonna use this Urban Decay powder to just like brush everything off. Do what you want to do, but for me, I don't want to be in any type of superficial relationship. I feel like as a goddess, okay, I can attract a man that wants to do for me. He doesn't have to be old and ugly, because the man I have now is not old and ugly. And he takes care of me, and that's because that's what he wants to do, because he loves me, okay? He cherishes me, and I love and I cherish him as well. And our relationship isn't superficial. We're friends, okay? We're actually friends, and we enjoy each other's company. I couldn't imagine being with someone. I couldn't imagine being with someone who I was just using for money, just in the name of money. Now, is he a millionaire? He's not a millionaire yet. Not yet. But with my help and the way that I'm going to push him, he could very much be. A successful man always has a successful woman on his back. And me, I'm a real good manifester, okay? I'm a real good manifester. All right, and I feel like I'm not gonna go out and do the work, but I can damn sure help him manifest some opportunities and more money. That's what the woman's job is, and nothing's wrong with that. Like nothing is wrong with that. I know a lot of people may not like me for this message. You have to learn how to love yourself. Like if you love yourself, if you practice self-love, you know, like real deal self-love, not the superficial stuff that they're talking about with, like, you know, taking yourself out to eat and buying yourself stuff. That's not self-love, that's pampering. It's a difference. I'm saying when you truly love yourself and you pour into yourself, and you are you are coming with your divine feminine, right? You are embodying your divine feminine, okay? You're going to attract the man at no matter what age, no matter how many kids you got. You're going to attract a man that's going to love you and take care of you, okay? Now, and that's for real. That's for real. But you gotta be true to yourself, and you definitely have to be realistic when it comes to goals too. Like, does he have to start off being a millionaire? Why? You know what I'm saying? And if he does, what's your chances of that happening? But can you meet a man with a good job, okay, that's willing to let you stay at home and not work, right? Nothing's wrong with that. So, like, my advice would be, like, to women is to, like, figure out, this is like an Eambond, this is called Eambond. This is their water resistant liquid eyeliner. So yeah, just you can get you a provider man and you don't have to work. But some women be like, some women want to work. They want to work. They want to hustle. They, you know, they want to say, okay, well, because I make 6 figures, my man gotta make 6 figures, you know. But you know, it's your prerogative, you know. But if it isn't working for you, like if you still haven't found someone, I don't care what nobody say. Don't nobody wanna go through life without some type of companion. And if you do, like, I feel like you're lying to yourself, because as humans, okay, as humans, having companionship is like it's on that hierarchy of needs. Like, we do need companionship, but we're letting the media kind of like trick us into being okay with, like, saying that, okay, we're just gonna be strong and independent, and if he don't meet my standards, then I'm just gonna be single, and I don't care about being single forever. I don't care about not having kids. I don't care until they get older and they're sitting in a nursing home, and I guarantee you they'll be singing a different song, okay? I've been in nursing homes. I volunteered at nursing homes before. I've sat with older people that did not have any family, and it's sad, but because people haven't made it to that point in their life yet, they don't see it. But that's what this, like, level up thing is setting people up for. It's creating a lot of division, okay, and it's setting up for a lot of women to be single. And I think they're doing the same thing to men too, on the men's side, but like I said, I don't really keep up with the men. So this lipstick is Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is soft pink matte lipstick that I'm putting on. It's gonna go with my other outfit that I'm about to turn it into. So yeah. So it's actually setting up a lot of women. There's a whole agenda. Why do you think you have the City Girls? Why do you think you have Meg the Stallion? Why do you think you have all these women, even the men who are promoting a lot of this homosexual, you know, stuff? And I don't have nothing against, like, people and their sexual preferences, but when you can tell that it's an agenda being pushed, like, that's a whole different thing, okay? When the government starts to push an agenda, that makes me want to be like, Something's up here, okay? But this is my opinion though. I really do think that it's an agenda to invert sexes. The man becomes the woman becomes the man, okay? To flip the roles, and at the same time, turning the man against the woman and the woman against the man, creating division, all right? Also, having people just really focus on low egotistical things like, you know, money, status. That's all they care about. Outside appearance, stuff like that. Again, that is setting you up for a lot of suffering. I'm serious, and I hope that y'all understand this message. I'm not trying to like down talk anybody. If you had a good experience with the level up community and the advice that was given, good for you, okay? But there's a lot of women that were affected by this information and not in a good way, and I feel like that was done on purpose, okay? I feel like it was a part of the agenda. Now look into this more if you don't believe me, but that's what I've come to that conclusion of. Stop letting people tell you what to do. It's okay to get people's take on things or get some advice, but because a person gives you good advice doesn't mean that all of their advice is going to be good for you. You know, just because they give you some good advice here and there doesn't mean everything that they say is just like a piece of gold. You have your own mind, okay, and you know what is right for yourself in your life. So start learning how to think for yourself. Like, all the answers that you seek really comes within, and I promise you, once you start to love yourself and you start to go more towards ascending versus descending, you'll start to connect with your heart space and your intuition, and you'll realize that all men aren't the same. Like, they try to lump all men in this one category and say that they are all the same, and I promise you, I'm telling you that they're not. I got what I wanted. I got a man that loves me, that takes care of me, someone who's a friend to me, a protector to me, all the things that I wanted. But it took for me to realize that information that I was getting was toxic. I had to go in, do some shadow work. I had to actually just start to connect more with myself, hold myself accountable for a lot of things, okay? A lot of decisions and choices that I made in my life. I had to start to hold myself accountable for it and heal, okay? And not saying like everybody is just like totally healed. You know, healing is a process, but I healed that part of me when it comes to relationships and taking accountability. I healed that part. I got over it. And so I was able to now find myself in a much better relationship, better than what I could have actually asked for, okay? I now have that, and I'm thankful. And I'm thankful. And I did, like, it came from me. It didn't come from nobody else. It didn't come taking advice from nobody else. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I gotta look for that bronzer real quick. I'm gonna put some on my shoulders just to see what that looks like. But yeah, it didn't come from me like taking no advice from nobody else. I just had to start like taking my own advice and trusting myself, okay? And when I started doing it, like, I got what I wanted, y'all. Oh, I like how that making my look. Oh, that's pretty. So this would be really cute, like when you show off your shoulders, put a little bit of that on your shoulders. Look at that. It's glowing, y'all. Like that. Okay. Okay, Mary Quince. But anyway, that's just my take. And I really like, I love people, and I wanna see women, especially women, like, I wanna see women getting over their traumas and not become like the person who hurt them. Because a lot of these women, you know, like I said, they had been through a lot with men, and they felt like they settled, okay, with men, and they got just a bad end of the bargain. But they weren't doing that inner work. They weren't holding themselves accountable, that maybe it wasn't just him, it was him, but it also has something to do with you at the same time, because who you entertain is a direct reflection of what's inside of you. And the reason why you meet people and they do these traumatic things to you is so that you can learn lessons towards your ascension, not for you to turn into the type of person that hurt you. Like, you gotta work through your shit, and you gotta own your shit, and that's how you heal yourself. But a lot of people aren't doing that. They just want to ignore it, and they just want to like just scam and shit, just so, you know, they can just get a bag from a man. They don't care how they do it. Just a lot of heartless stuff that was going on in the community. And me, I'm a lover. I'm connected to my heart space. I love, not saying that I'm a pushover or anything like that. Like, I stand strong, okay, in who I am. All right. And so I just wish the same for others, because I'm telling you, this is how you attract healthy relationships. This is how you really get what you want out of life and elevate. But there's no way around it. Like, you have to do the inner work. You do. So this is actually the end of the vlog, y'all. I really hope that y'all got something from this. And again, it's never my intentions to talk down on anyone or offend anyone, and I hope that nobody takes it this way or takes it that way. But I just have to like just tell my truth and speak my truth. All right, that's just it. That's what my YouTube channel is for, so that I can to do this. All right, that's what I do. That's what I do, and I'm not gonna keep holding things. I'm not gonna hold things in because it may make someone mad. Because trust me, like I said, that whole level up thing, and even the groups that came afterwards, it was like a whole cult. And there are women that will they will defend this type of behavior with their lives. But that's how I know that they're vibrating low, okay? So don't come on my channel with your bullshit, okay? Because I will let you know something, all right? But all right, y'all. I will see y'all on the next vlog. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like my content. Turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss another video from me. And I will see y'all lovelies on the next vlog. Bye.